Imagine losing your job, losing your business, and watching everything you built fall apart. Most people would quit, but one man did the opposite. He kept going. And the craziest part? His biggest success came when he was already well into adulthood. His name was Harland Sanders. Today, you know him as Colonel Sanders. And this is the story of how one struggling roadside cook turned a simple fried chicken recipe into one of the most recognizable fast food brands on the planet, KFC. But before the white suit, before the famous beard, and before millions of buckets of chicken, Sanders was just a man trying to figure out his life. Born in 1890 near Henryville, Indiana, Harland Sanders grew up without a clear path to success. He worked different jobs throughout his life. He operated streetcars. He worked as a firefighter. He sold insurance. He tried different businesses. And eventually, his journey led him into the restaurant world. Around 1930, Sanders started serving food at a roadside location in Corbin, Kentucky. And one of the things that quickly became popular was his fried chicken. But there was a problem. Traditional fried chicken took time to prepare. Travelers passing through didn't want to sit around waiting for their food. Sanders began experimenting with different cooking methods and eventually developed a pressure cooking process that helped him prepare chicken faster while keeping it tender. But the cooking method was only part of the story. Sanders was also obsessed with flavor. He experimented with seasonings until he developed a special blend that would eventually become one of the most famous secrets in the food industry: 11 herbs and spices. At first, Sanders wasn't thinking about building a global empire. He was simply trying to make great chicken. But he soon realized something much bigger. A great recipe wasn't enough. If someone loved his chicken in Kentucky, they needed to be able to get a similar experience somewhere else. That meant the recipe and cooking process had to be repeatable. And that simple idea would eventually change everything. Sanders realized he didn't need to build every restaurant himself. Other restaurant owners could sell his chicken. They could provide the restaurant, the employees, and the equipment. Sanders could provide the recipe, the cooking method, and eventually the brand. In 1952, the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened near Salt Lake City, Utah. And suddenly, Sanders had discovered a way to grow without personally owning every location. But there was a problem. He had to convince restaurant owners to take a chance on him. So Sanders hit the road. He traveled from restaurant to restaurant, looking for owners willing to add his chicken to their menus. Think about that for a moment. An older man driving across America, walking into restaurants, pitching his chicken recipe, and trying to convince strangers that his idea could make them money. Some people said yes, others said no. But Sanders kept going, because he understood something that many business owners miss. He didn't need to own every restaurant. He needed to build a system that other people could repeat. And once that system started working, KFC began spreading. But then came another idea that would become one of the most recognizable symbols in fast food: the bucket. In the 1950s, KFC began serving its chicken in bucket-style packaging. It sounds simple today, but it was powerful. Families could take large portions of chicken home. The packaging was easy to recognize, and the bucket itself became part of the experience. You didn't just order fried chicken, you ordered a KFC bucket. That was brilliant branding. But the food wasn't the only thing people remembered. There was also the man behind it. Colonel Sanders, the white suit, the black tie, the glasses, the beard, and that friendly smile. Sanders became the face of KFC. And this was incredibly powerful because KFC wasn't just selling a logo. It was selling a person customers could recognize instantly. A person who looked like someone you could trust. A person who was directly connected to the food. And over time, Colonel Sanders became almost as famous as the chicken itself. But behind the character was a business strategy that was even more important: consistency. Think about what would happen if every KFC restaurant made the chicken differently. One location could have amazing chicken. Another could make it too salty. Another could cook it too long. Another could use completely different seasonings. The brand would lose its identity. KFC needed customers to know what they were getting. The same basic flavor, the same core recipe, the same recognizable brand. And that is one of the biggest reasons franchising works. You don't just sell a product, you sell a system. KFC's famous 11 herbs and spices became a huge part of that identity. And the fact that the exact recipe remained secret made it even more interesting. People wanted to know what was actually in the chicken, and that curiosity became free marketing. Think about it. Every time someone asks, "What's in KFC's secret recipe?" the brand gets attention without having to buy an advertisement. Sometimes, the most powerful marketing isn't telling people everything. It's leaving one question unanswered. But while KFC was growing, Sanders was getting older. By the early 1960s, the company had become much bigger than the roadside restaurant where it all started. There were franchises across the country. The Colonel's image was becoming famous, and the business had serious potential. Then in 1964, Sanders sold the KFC company to investors. But he didn't simply disappear. His image remained closely connected to the brand. The Colonel continued appearing in advertisements and promotional materials, and his face became one of the most recognizable images in fast food. This is where the story gets really interesting. Sanders had turned himself into a brand. He wasn't just the founder of KFC, he was part of the product's identity. When customers saw the Colonel, they thought about chicken. When they saw the chicken, they thought about the Colonel. That connection is extremely difficult for competitors to copy. A logo can be redesigned. A restaurant can change its colors. A competitor can create a similar product. But a character with decades of history is much harder to replace. And KFC understood that. Then came the next stage of the journey: expansion beyond America. The name Kentucky Fried Chicken sounds incredibly local. It sounds like something that belongs in Kentucky. But the business had much bigger ambitions. KFC began expanding internationally, taking its core brand into markets around the world. But the company also learned an important lesson. A global brand doesn't have to sell exactly the same menu everywhere. Different countries have different tastes. Different cultures have different food traditions. What works in America might not work exactly the same way in Japan, India, the Middle East, or other markets. So KFC could keep its core identity while adapting parts of the menu to local customers. The Colonel stayed, the chicken stayed, the brand stayed, but the menu could evolve. And that strategy helped KFC become a truly international business. According to KFC's official history, the brand now has more than 30,000 restaurants across more than 150 countries. Think about where that started. One roadside location in Kentucky, one cook, one recipe, one idea, and eventually a global network of restaurants. But there is still one question people have been asking for decades. What exactly is in that chicken? The 11 herbs and spices have become one of the most famous secrets in the food industry. And that's what makes them so valuable. KFC doesn't need to reveal every detail. In fact, the mystery itself creates value. People speculate. People try to recreate the flavor. People search for copycat recipes. People debate what the ingredients could be. And every conversation keeps the brand alive. It's a perfect example of how curiosity can become marketing. But the real lesson behind KFC isn't actually the recipe. It's Colonel Sanders himself. His story is a reminder that success doesn't always happen early. Sanders wasn't a teenage entrepreneur who became successful overnight. He experienced failures. He changed careers. He struggled. He built a restaurant. He developed his recipe. He lost his restaurant business. And then he started again. He kept moving. He kept pitching. He kept improving. And eventually, he found a model that could scale. That's the part of the story that makes KFC more than just a fast food company. It's a story about persistence. Sanders proved that your biggest opportunity doesn't necessarily come when you're young. Sometimes it comes after years of experience, failure, and rejection. Sometimes the thing you almost give up on becomes the thing people remember you for. Today, when you see that famous KFC bucket, you're not just looking at fried chicken. You're looking at decades of experimentation, risk, branding, franchising, and persistence. A man who started by serving food to travelers in Kentucky created a system that eventually crossed borders. A secret recipe became a global identity, and a roadside cook became Colonel Sanders. But maybe the most surprising part of the entire story is this. Sanders didn't need to become successful overnight. He just needed to keep going long enough to find the right opportunity. So the next time you see a KFC bucket, remember the man behind it. Remember the failures before the success. And remember this: it's never too late to build something that matters. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel, because we're going deeper into the stories behind the world's biggest companies. And the next one might be even more unbelievable.